Phoebe, it's about time you start listening to me. If you don't start working, I'll be moving in with you and my son. If you don't stop lazing around and getting a job, I won't move in with you. But you can start sending me $750 a month to look after me. I'm not getting any younger, you know. If you don't promise me one way or another, I'll see to it that your wedding to my son Kevin next month gets cancelled. You hear me? Cancelled. So what's it going to be, young lady?
Ugh, are you really harping on about this again? I made this clear before, but it didn't seem to go in. So allow me to repeat myself. You have no right to cancel my wedding. As for sending you money, I've discussed the matter at length with Kevin, and he says I don't have to.
Fine, I'll move in with you both then.
No, you won't. I'm still working just like always.
Huh? I thought you'd been at home this whole time since you got engaged 3 months ago. Basically, you're using the wedding as an opportunity to become a stay-at-home housewife so you never have to work again. You lazy daughter of a garbage man. Don't think you can lie to me, young lady. Your house is a 3-minute walk from mine, so it's very easy for me to check whether you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes.
No, I explained this to you before the engagement too, but once again, it seems like it was in one ear and out the other. I'm a freelancer, which means I can work wherever I like. From home, in a cafe, in a restaurant. I've never had to go into any kind of office, so you wouldn't necessarily see me leave the house. I do sometimes to go meet up with clients from time to time, but the same still applies.
I see. So you're doing perfectly fine for money then, are you? In that case, you're to start sending me $750 a month like I asked. Forget what Kevin says. I'm your mother-in-law. And it's your job as a wife to do as I tell you. My word is final.
Forgive me, I have an online meeting starting soon.
Huh? An online meeting? What's that?
Goodbye.
How dare you ignore the requests of your mother-in-law? It's looking more and more likely that you're going to turn out to be a problem bride. You're going to have to do something about this attitude of yours if you're going to marry my son. This just won't do. Kevin, listen, son. I need to talk to you about something very important. It's about Phoebe. Are you sure she's really the woman you want to marry? You only get to do this once. Are you sure you've really thought it through?
Huh? Mom? Why are you asking me that all of a sudden? Obviously I've thought it through. We're engaged. I love her and want to spend my life with her. Why can't you just be happy for me and accept that?
I'm just worried you might be making the wrong decision, that's all. What kind of mother would I be if I didn't worry about you, Kevin? Even if it comes to divorce, I want you to know that I'll always be here to help you. Find a more suitable wife. Never forget that, honey. Please, won't you just rethink things one last time? Do it for me? It would fill my old heart with joy if you canceled the engagement, son.
Wow, you have got to be freaking joking me. Who actually says that to their own son? No, wait a sec. You're not bullying my fiancé, are you? Have you said anything to her?
Huh?
Dad and I have warned you countless times by now, but I know how stubborn you can be. You seem convinced she's bad news despite the fact you've barely even spoken to her. Why can't you just give her a chance? In any case, you need to stop acting like this. You better not be saying any of this to her, because that's bullying, plain and simple. I'll never forgive you if I find out you have. And really, Mom, is this the kind of person you want to be?
What are you talking about? The person I want to be? No, Kevin, you're the one who needs to know what kind of person Phoebe is. You need to stop lying to yourself and accept her true colors. If you have until next month's wedding to back out of this, so how about you try and considering yours and this family's reputation for a change and do the right thing? That girl has a black heart. I want you to start paying attention to the way she behaves, the way she spends money, and what she does on a day-to-day basis. You'll be amazed by what you notice if you stop burying your head in the sand.
I see. Sorry, Mom. I have to get back to work now. Catch you later.
2 days before the wedding.
Phoebe, are you cheating on my son? I saw you the day before yesterday. That was no way that was a regular shopping trip with your dressed in that suit.
You're right, it wasn't a shopping trip. I had an in-person meeting with a long-term client who's been giving me work since before I can remember. So, naturally, I wanted to look the part, which is why I wore my suit.
Aha, I've gotcha. You said you work from home. Caught in a lie. So you're having an affair with your client?
No! He asked me to meet him at his company office, so business wear was the obvious choice. Which is why I went in my suit. Pajamas would have been a little rude, don't you think? Anyway, the point is that it was just a work meeting and nothing more.
But it is the truth. I wonder.
It's the truth. I have another work meeting to attend soon, so if you'll forgive me.
If you're telling the truth, you won't mind proving it, will you? Go on. I'll wait. If you can prove it, I'll believe you. And me and you can forget this ever happened. Well, would you look at that? The fact you still haven't provided me with any proof of this work meeting of yours means you must be cheating on my son. You filthy harlot! I'm having the wedding cancelled, you hear me? Cancelled. I suppose I'd better deliver Kevin the news too. Oh dear, this is gonna crush him. I hope you're proud of yourself, woman. It's a shame I have to do this right before the wedding, but at least we finally got to see your true colors. Phew! Talk about dodging a bullet. Kevin, I have proof Phoebe's cheating on you. You have to cancel the wedding this weekend. Be a darling and call it off as soon as you get this, won't you? They could charge you extra if you leave it too long. I can't believe it. Talk about cutting it close. You were days away from making the worst decision of your life. I'm just so pleased I found out, even if it was days before the wedding. I know it's gonna be hard on you canceling everything you had planned, but it's better this way. At least now you can take her to court for compensation. That should go some way to ease the burden. Ah, yes, that reminds me. What with the wedding been cancelled now? You won't have any plans this weekend, will you? I think we should go on a holiday to celebrate. How does California sound? I've always wanted to try hot springs there. I hope we're able to find somewhere to stay at such short notice. Don't worry, of course I'll book yours and your dad's spots too. How long has it been since we all went on a family holiday together? Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be great. Kevin, haven't you arrived at the inn I booked yet? We've had the reservation since yesterday, so I'm worried about you, honey. Why aren't you responding to my texts or answering my calls? The view from the open-air jacuzzi attached to our room is to die for. This place is incredible. I feel like a queen. Ah, there you are. You had me worried sick, young man. What time will you be getting here?
You're free to enjoy the Californian hot springs by yourself.
Huh? What?
I'm in the middle of my wedding right now.
What?
The service at the church just drew to a close, which means we're officially married. We're just about to head to the banquet.
Wait, what? Are you telling me you didn't cancel it like I told you?
Obviously not. I had no reason to do that.
But I told you about Phoebe's affair. Oh God, did you forgive her?
Affair? You mean that thing about seeing her out in town wearing a suit?
That's right. She tried to pull the wool over our eyes by playing it off as some kind of work meeting, but she was meeting up with her lover. I just know it.
I was with her at that work meeting.
What? You were?
I told you before that we originally met through me being one of her regular clients, right? I'd offer her translation work, which she, being a freelance translator, would accept. Well, my company had a fresh project for her. So it only made sense that I tag along for the meeting to ensure she was fully up to speed on, and understood, the project specifications. Surely you're not going to carry on clinging to this insane affair theory when her own husband is giving her an alibi. Can we just put this to bed already?
What the? But I was certain.
If you're so against our wedding that you go to such ridiculous lengths to try and stop it from going ahead, I'm actually glad you're not here. I have no interest in forcing you to celebrate something you don't feel you can support.
But Kevin...
The banquet's about to start now. And hot damn, the pizza looks delicious. So if you'll kindly excuse me.
Phew! Thank goodness I made it. I wasn't able to have your wedding cancelled due to the affair in the end. But when I realized there was one more reason it shouldn't go ahead, I'm so pleased I got on the first flight home to crash it. I've got you all figured out, Phoebe. The only reason you're interested in marrying my son Kevin is because you're after his huge salary, isn't it? The jig is up, young lady. I can read you like a book, so you may as well just admit it and make this easier on yourself. Thank God I made it in time to get to the banquet hall and get up on stage to grab the mic off the host and tell the whole world your true intentions. Everyone sees your true colors now, and we're all disgusted with you. Disgusted.
Listen, Wilma. What exactly gave you the idea that the only reason I'm with your son is because I'm after his money?
You told me you work from home. I made it very clear that if you were working, you had a duty to send me $750 every month to help with my living costs. The fact that you kept stubbornly refusing made it as plain as day that you were poor, even if you have a job. I only had to put 2 and 2 together to realize you had your sights on my poor son's wallet. You can't deny it now. I know everything, and there's nothing I can figure out, because I'm smart, very smart. This was my last chance to save my son's future before any hope he had at happiness was destroyed forever. I did what I had to do and exposed your true colors to the world at your wedding banquet. You hate me, but if you search deep in your heart, you'll know this is what's best for Kevin. I might have been thrown out by security, but I did what I came to do. So what happened after that? Surely the wedding got called off when everyone heard what you're really like.
I see. You're right. I'm pleased. With this, we can finally divorce now. Thanks for giving me a concrete reason to go through with the divorce. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Huh? Putting on a bold font, are we?
No, that's what your husband just told me to tell you. He stood right next to me.
Huh? My husband? What?
We finished the banquet as planned after you left. The food was delicious and everyone had a great time. Your little interruption actually made it more memorable in a sense. Me and Kevin have no intention of divorcing.
No, you have to be joking me. Why am I the one getting divorced here? Kevin, how could you stand by and watch while this happens to your poor mother? You're horrible. I've been telling you how awful that girl Phoebe is for what feels like forever now, but you never listened to me, not even once. Is this what I get for giving birth to you, for raising you?
Your accusations were all nonsense. Just like everything else you said about my wife.
Nonsense?
I've already explained why this supposed affair is a load of rubbish. So I'm not going to go out of my way to explain it again if you don't understand by now. But the idea that she only married me simply because she wants my money is pure fantasy. Plain and simple. It's honestly the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my whole life.
Which part is fantasy?
Phoebe makes $150,000 a year.
150K?
Basically, she brings in 4 times as much money as me.
4 times?
I won't go into too much detail, because she probably wouldn't want me revealing her private work details. But she's one of the top performers in the translation industry, and is hugely popular with a lot of very influential people. To put it simply, she's the best at what she does.
If she's that rich, why did she always refuse to send me money?
You were already in the wrong at the point you decided to beg my wife for money.
What?
I mean, seriously, who pesters their son's wife for money? Who actually does that? Have you no shame? Let's face it, the only reason you were so intent on her being the devil and so committed to destroying her reputation is because she had the guts to say no to your absurd demands.
But...
No buts! I'm cutting you out of my life once and for all!
What? No, please!
To tell you the truth, we already moved house.
You moved house? Where to? Tell me your address at once. This can't be happening. Please, son, don't do this to your poor aged old mother. I can't get by without you. Won't you reconsider? Besides, did you only just move right before the wedding? It was only a 3-minute walk from my house. The location was perfect. It's barely been half a year since you moved in. Why would you leave already?
That was just an apartment Phoebe had been renting since before we met. I was only staying there with her temporarily, until we found somewhere new to start our married life in.
Oh my goodness.
It was only down to a coincidence that she happened to have an apartment near your house in the first place. Funnily enough, it was actually where we got onto the topic of how close together our houses were after linking up for a work meeting one day, that we started discussing our private lives and grew closer.
But I only started seeing her around town around the time you two got engaged.
That's probably just because you didn't know her before then. You were hardly going to recognize a stranger, were you? I bet you walked past each other dozens of times. It was the same for me, too.
Really? Could it be?
Looks like we went off topic. To get back to the point, I'm cutting you out of my life forever, Mom! I'm not going to tell you where we live. And I'll be taking every last possible measure to ensure you never find our address.
Wait, please! Your father seems ready to divorce me, Kevin. I can't bear to lose you too. Please, don't do this to your poor aged mother.
It's not that Dad seems ready to divorce you. He absolutely, beyond any shadow of a doubt, is going to divorce you. With 100% certainty. He literally could not be more committed to getting rid of you. It's not for me to get involved in that. So just make sure you do what his lawyer says.
Kevin!
If you'll excuse me, Phoebe and I are going out for a meal.
Wait, no! Please, don't leave me, son! I'm begging you!
I'm blocking you.
Apparently, my mother-in-law had always been prone to making preposterous misunderstandings. You might be wondering why her husband would marry someone like that in the first place. But Kevin said she'd always made lighthearted, self-deprecating remarks about her crazy side, which probably caused him to drop his guard. To everyone's surprise, she actually admitted fault after the divorce had been finalized. I'm sorry I've caused you so many problems. So with that, Wilma was officially a divorcee. She'd been a stay-at-home housewife until then, which meant things got a heck of a lot tougher for her after being abandoned by her husband and son. Now she had to support herself. She burned through the alimony money she got in the divorce in a heartbeat, and before long was staying with her little brother and his wife as their live-in parasite. Within a week, she started bullying his wife, but her little brother found out almost immediately, and with that, she was back out on the streets. Due to her total lack of work history, the best job she could find was in a supermarket, and her salary is about as low as it could possibly be. Last I heard, she was living in a store cupboard at work. Something tells me that personality of hers is gonna see to it that she remains lonely and isolated until long after she retires.